Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to another episode of Unprinted Pages. We're going to go back to the Zoom version because my computer has decided to die. With me today, I get to have the amazing Pyle Hazard, who's officially become a duly published author as of October. Hi, buddy. How you doing?
Well, I'm going through this experiment of Zoom with you, but as long as it's with you, it's always a treat.
Yes, I love doing this. This is so much fun. Yes, you will hear my kid in the background because, yes, I have a kid and he's amazing. I have 3, actually, but that's beside the point. So, guys, let's see. Pyle has had so much trouble with the idea of being an author, and finally we helped him get there. Tell us about...
I'm still struggling with understanding I'm an author.
Well, that doesn't mean we don't know it to be true, and it's a thing. So, tell us about your journey to get here.
Well, I guess I have to be straight, honest, and forward with everybody. I am a person that actually has a learning defect, and it's been a challenge. And when I say I suffer from ADHD, dyslexic, and comprehension of words. So, being a person as a published author was not in any type of cards. At least that's what I was told most of my life, and that's one of the things. Um, when you go and you understand the capabilities of how you need to get through your life, it's going to be a lot different than anyone else, and that's one of the main things of me being honest with everybody. I have a learning issue and a reading comprehension. That doesn't mean that I do not have capabilities of doing amazing things. It just means I have to find a different way because one door might be locked. That doesn't mean I can't find another way around it.
And that has been one of the things I've been trying to help you with. Because I know my dyslexia has been an issue. I still find myself texting backwards words to friends. And I'm halfway certain I've been getting what backwards a lot lately because of braiding. And, okay, you have Gears Memory, and I am an artist. Gears Memory, tell us a little bit about that story.
So, it's basically a little idea that when you become a certain age, there's always this transition that we go through. And in Gear's world, it is the transition of turning 18 and having to be put in a type of military.
Uh-huh.
But it's not like kicking and screaming military. This is a rite of passage, and everybody does it. And some countries around the world do this. And I think that's some of the thing that kind of inspired this to make it as a rite of passage and instead of a I got sent to the military. So as this character goes through to understand what is the rite of passage, there is some events that were not spoken about, were not talked about, and there is so much more to the story. In some of the main part, you're going to see the character actually developing, understanding a lot of stuff very quickly due to the fact of what brought them there. The ride to um, the headquarters. So that's where that story is really uh, understanding. You don't get to read a whole bunch of it because there is a mystery part to it. And I want to keep the mystery part because if Gear's memory happens to get some more added on, you'll find the pages that have been missing.
Buddy, I hope it's not happens. I hope it happens. I hope you make it happen and us do the little recording thing like we've been doing and get it set up.
Right.
Okay.
It's always one of those things that I can never guarantee a single thing in my life. I'm just grateful for the things that have come my way. So looking forward is like, yay, but then again, something could happen where I cannot complete it.
Yes.
So that's exactly how I look at life. So um, if you guys read this book, this story, and you happen to really like it, um, you can absolutely take the time, let me know that you think that, hey, this is a pretty cool thing and I want some more of it. And that will inspire me to really push myself to start getting back into that character.
And if you guys want to find out where to read that, it's an Onwards Adventures Realistic Tales. The cover's on the thumbnail that you guys will see. Okay, and I am an artist. This is one of the most brutal stories I've read. I didn't expect how brutal that story ended up being, but please tell us a bit about that guy.
So um there's a lot to that one actually. When you go and you have these entire thoughts in your head, you're having a rough day, this and that, this is where this character can develop. And that's one of the greatest things about developing a character. I am not a person that is afraid of some of the
Hey,
aspects
Cassie,
of
can you turn
what
off the
horror can
fan for
bring.
Mama?
And I love bringing a type of detail to things. Um, the background behind me right now is one of our scenes at a haunted house that I have, and that's one of the things. I wanted to bring a character that was not a character I've seen before, but he was so fixated in his mindset of being a artist that he had to complete what he needs to do. And that's where this journey becomes, or it began and started. And to be truthful, um, these stories are absolutely stories that get created very quickly because I get bored. Once again, ADHD. If I'm not working on something, it bugs me. And I'm a truck driver. If you know anything about truck drivers, there are lines. And that's where the feel of this character came from. And to be right honest, it was a no-brainer of how much this character had to be developed and how he had to be something that I've never seen before and I've never witnessed, but that's where this character came from.
Okay, guys, and this will be coming out in October in Killing Stroke, or no, yeah, dude, the buried secrets version of the anthology that's coming out. You will find graphics everywhere on our social medias,
Hmm.
and he's probably already posted the one I made for him. In
Oh
theory,
yeah, it's already posted on my Facebook. Um, I'm also a person that still can't believe that, hey, people are wanting me to post stuff about this um, stories that I've been doing. It's still one of those things that's not settled in my brain as being a thing that's absolutely registered
but
totally yet.
you
It
held
just
it.
what's that?
You held the printed copy of Gear's memory.
Oh, I totally get it, and trust me, I absolutely understand. It just for a person that was told no so many times, I'm finally able to express and I am told yes. And for a person that has been told so much no and so many wonderful yeses are coming my way, I'm just waiting for the reality of it slapping me in the face and saying no, but it's not coming. So,
No, it
as it's not coming, I want to keep on turning things out. That way I can create more because I've done stories. And this is the one thing, when you said, "Hey, I need you on this show," I know what this show is. This means that I need to take this input in my brain as a serious thing because this is not a show that just randomly happens. It is a show that you have done something and you deserve to be on this show.
You deserve the recognition. You deserve the love. And we collectively are trying to show you that your writing matters. You are worth it. And I totally appreciate you being here with us doing this. We might have to do it differently than we do other authors, but that doesn't mean that we can't make it happen. And we will, and it is type of thing. So, okay, you told us you were a haunter, and we've shared pictures and stuff. Please tell us about being a haunter and a haunt owner.
Okay, so being a haunter is one of the key factors of my life. Absolutely, I could not be happier that I have that title. This is where my frustrations can be let go. Some people write stories with frustration. I use it in the haunt. I can release myself and have a good time, and this is what I've done for many, many years. Um, there was a change that had to be made, and when the change was needing to be made, I wasn't quite sure exactly what was going to happen, but there was a conversation, and after the conversation, it was a no-brainer that there needed to be another haunted house, and the haunted house was going to be small. But we wanted to absolutely take the opportunity to make a difference, not for ourselves. Because if you have not guessed, I am a person that don't do stuff for myself. Now, yes, there are things that I do for myself, but 90% of the time I'm thinking of someone else as I do stuff. Um, that's the reason I made the career change that I did in the past. That's the reason that some of me writing books has come to play, because I want people to be able to say, hey, look at this, and since this person did it, I can too. So our haunted house is um, a field with trees in it, and it's a charity haunt. We donate the money. I don't put it in my pocket. I I don't even touch it. I have no control over what comes in. But the more people we have come through the field and go through it, the more we can donate to local charities, local groups. Sometimes it's people that have cancer, and that's one of the founding things that we did. We wanted to make sure that we understood how cancer is. So we wanted to try making a difference in someone's life that was going through that terrible beast of a disease. And that's the kindest words I can give cancer, a terrible beast of a disease. So I want everybody to know that, you should always set yourself a goal, but make sure the goal is at a bar where you know you can touch it. And if you do not touch it, you might want to sit down and relook at it, but do not just say, I tried, I'm done.
Uh-huh.
Because throughout my life, I have tried, I have failed, tried again, and passed. And that's what we all need to learn. But our field gives the opportunity where teenagers, young adults, whatever, get to come out, spend some time outside in the darkness, and prove to other people that there is a reason that we do what we do, and it's something to encourage them.
Okay, that is something that is very amazing and worth doing. And it's amazing what you guys have done and do every year, because on top of that, you help kids gain confidence in themselves as they get older and move forward with their lives. And so my next question is, you said that you come up with the majority of your stories while you're on the road in the truck.
Yep.
And then sometimes you send documents, other times you just send me voice snippets.
Yeah, I duly apologize.
Why?
Sometimes when you do something, and you're going to understand if you read I Am an Artist, sometimes when you have something in your brain and you can't get it out, you got to find a way to get it out. There's just that I have to do this, and what is it? Okay, am I going to send this in a voicemail? Am I going to send this in an email? Am I going to send this into a message? And the next question I have is, if I sent information before, am I sending it to the same place? My answer, probably not. If you work with me, and I apologize to anyone, if you work with me, you'll understand that there is emails, texting, voicemails, there is voice snippets, there's this and that someone has to file through and just deal with. Okay, well, this is this part, this is this part, and it's the mind of a chaotic person. But I was told a long time ago, a neat and clean area is a sign of a very disturbed person. And that has been my life the entire time. My grandfather told me if I get to be 50 years old, I don't have to grow up. And trust me, I'm almost there. I've got a little over 10 years, but I'm telling you, I'm not going to grow up. I'm going to have this chaotic mind. I'm going to do this. And I want to encourage people that have the same chaotic mind, that have the same ideas to go out and use them. So that's why I say I apologize, because it's a lot of work dealing with a person like me. But kudos to you for having to deal with it and dealing with it so well. I had a teacher in high school. Um, everything I do, everything I have gets sent to him after I complete something. And the reason he gets it is because he keeps on looking at me and going, "So this is what you're doing now. Man, do you know how much I had to decipher and figure out how to teach you?" And if you're a person like me, you know that to be true. If you're a special ed teacher, you know that to be true. Everybody is different. You cannot teach us in the same way. I cannot tell you a story in the same way. If I go and I construct a entire thing, and I mean this, if I construct a entire thing of this wonderful crafted masterpiece that has things between me and someone else that we both have to say, and I print it off, I cannot read my own work. So I have to go through memory and figure out the key points. I can look down at that paper, but that paper might as well be zeros and ones to everybody else because I can't read it. It's and I need to put this out there and say that there are things that I have been able to absolutely comprehend, and then there is sentences that have so much built into them that the comprehension gets thrown out. And I'm sorry for going on a tangent on that, but I will be very firm on anybody. If you have a learning disability, that does not count you out. That just means that the best way for you to do something is a different way that works for you. I mean, there's people that have worse disabilities and they've been able to overcome them. So why can't I? And after I was a person that could actually admit that, things start falling in place a little better because I don't want to be the normal person. I don't want to be the person that had a high school diploma 4.0 and had everything, and it just seemed so easy, and they went off to the college and they became an x-ray technician. I do not want to be that person, even though their college education was so hard and they still did a great job. I don't want to be that person. I want to be the person that I am, because there's going to be more out there like me, but never one that is me.
And how we do it, in case you're wondering, he gives a audio version of the story. We usually record it over something like this, and then I transfer it to YouTube, and that way I can hear it, and I also get a transcript with it. And I copy and paste, and I go through it, I make sure it all matches, and I come back with him, and then we edit it together to make sure it says exactly what he wants it to say. And then I make sure it's in sentence format and all the formats it's supposed to be. What I guess
So
yes.
I'll say this, and I want everybody that does watch this to really understand. Your capabilities are not what this decipher or does not control you. Um, your capabilities are not your limits. There's always a
Did
way
you need
around
something,
your capabilities. And if anybody could ever show how
Josh?
intelligent somebody could be, it
Okay.
would have been Stephen Hawking. As great as he relied on machinery to get his intelligence out. And here I am relying on technology for my intelligence to be seen or heard. That doesn't mean that you give me a piece of paper, I'm not going to give you a wonderful answer. That just means I might have to take a picture and read it. And most of the text messages people send me, my phone will read it to me. That's the capabilities. So find your own groove.
Okay, we've went over how we get the stories made, what your stories are. Now, coming next year, we're going to have book 1 of Tie Hand. Give us a small bit about that.
So Tie Hand was written years and years ago, and when I say it was written, it was written, it was on a zip drive, it was something that had so many pages to it, and when I handed it to somebody, they told me no, it will never work. And that's where the despair came from. Tie Hand, as we rewrite it, because the zip drive is unlocated, we are going to go through my memory of how Tie Hand is. And Tie Hand is the backstory of the character that I play when I go haunting. When I go to a haunt house, this is the character. He is modified a little bit here, modified a little bit there, but it's the same thought process, it's the same person, it's the same actions. And as you read this story, I want you to feel how being a wonderful person is great, but being a wonderful person that has a situation of what happened and why is it me that this happened to is going to become very, very noticeable. Now, I will not tell you the end because I want you to go and I want you to really start feeling him. And there are bits and pieces in there that are key factors. There's even key factors in Tie Hand that bring you to the world of Tie Hand. Every single book that Tie Hand is has pieces that bring you into the next Tie Hand. But the ironic thing for a seriously mystery, um, horror, and everything that this book is, there is a key factor in it. And Tie Hand stands for thank you, have a nice day. And that was all because I had a very weird Chinese food episode. And I remember it still to this day. And Tie Hand will never get out of my head because that fascinating Chinese episode was scarred into my brain.
Oh, alrighty. That is wow. Okay. So we have been doing this newsletter interview that has been written out for all the other people. But being as all the things we've said, you guys will understand why we are doing it live, so we can get him to answer the questions that everybody else has. And due to my computer capabilities, I am borrowing my husband's phone and still going to do them. What made you want to tell stories?
Because I don't know how to shut up. And that's the best answer I could give anybody. What made me want to tell a story? Because I don't know when to shut up. And you could absolutely quote me on that one. From a child up to adult, if you can get in some words and you watch me on my podcast, which I like being in the passenger seat of this one, but if you watch me, I have to have messages set off to the side saying, hey, I've got this question. Oh, I might want to let someone else talk. So telling a story is not that big of a deal. In fact, I tell stories in little snippets. So yeah, the answer is that is can't get me to shut.
Greetings and shabibans. We are the Retro Reductopus Cephala Podcast, a long-form bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
Well, that sounds good, but I don't know what all those words mean.
I think what Parasite Steve's trying to say is that on Retro Redoctopus, we explore a range of retro goodness, from toys, video games, and movies, to cartoons, and even snacks and school lunches.
Oh.
And we do it all with a positive spin, a slew of killer guests, and some very adult language.
And you know what else is cool?
No.
This crazy show is part of the Your King Podcast Network with new episodes every Tentacle Tuesday.
What's that?
And if waiting 2 weeks for a new episode gives you a sad, know that we drop bonus episodes all the time, like the off-format Crow's Nest and an interview series we call The Brig.
You can listen to Retro Redoctopus on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or any app that's cool enough to carry the only show
We try as
Okay.
many times as we need to be.
Yes. So, what inspires you to keep wanting to tell us stories?
I the simple answer, second verse same as the first. Because you can't get me to shut up.
Okay, that makes perfect sense.
It the question, I believe that you are, what makes you want to tell a different story? And that would be because different things happen to you throughout your everyday life that changes what you are doing. So why not change with it and tell a different story?
And that makes perfect sense. So, the next question is, what is your favorite drink?
What is my favorite what?
What is your favorite drink?
My favorite drink. Oh, you're gonna make me show myself here, Jenny. You really are. But sugar-free moon mist
Ooh,
is my favorite drink. It's kind of like a Mountain Dew, but it's not, and it does not have the after hit that some do. So I am a absolute person that deals with Faygo. If I can get a hold of Faygo, that's like my sweet little treat. But as you've been seeing me drink, Faygo's not always sugar-free. Faygo is not always something I can get a hold of.
so what type of pets do you have?
I have 4 pit bull mixes. Well, I have 3 pit bull mixes and 1 full pit bull. And we have a frog. That's a family pet. The frog. The frog, his name is Walter. And Walter's got a messed up eye, which we didn't know. But Walter's still a pretty cool frog.
That is awesome. Okay. Who is your favorite author or artist or both?
Are we talking about any type of art? Or are we talking, yeah? Okay. That case, it's going to be Bob Ross. Bob Ross, even though he's gone, his artwork has been able to inspire a lot of people, and his phrase of happy little mistakes keeps things going. So much do I love Bob Ross and the way that he did his shows, the way he did his artwork, the way he would talk with people. There is a wonderful, wonderful little treat in one of my stories that talks about happy little mistakes.
Did you have a favorite author?
If I was going to look at an author, I do not remember names. And once again, dealing with the whole reading issue, authors were not a big thing, but I always loved Mark Twain. And the reason I loved Mark Twain is because Mark Twain is not the name of Mark Twain. That is his pen name. You will know so much of Mark Twain, but you will not know his real name unless you do your research. It's not commonly used. And Mark Twain also was a very wonderful author that when USC's grant needed to get some money, Mark Twain went over to him and said, "You know what? I will write your memoirs. I will write the story of you if you tell me." And he did that. He did it for his family because they were running out of money. And Mark Twain swore up and down it would sell because it was Mark Twain's name on it. And it did. It helped. It helped the former president's family.
And that is interesting. So, very interesting. Where is your favorite place to hang out?
Probably work. My favorite place to hang out is usually a place that I feel comfortable in. Usually, me being a person that's a workaholic, it's any place where I can work on a project. I can have a couple of people near me, this and that. I love hanging out at haunted houses, preferably ones that are not mine, because, being at mine makes me think I gotta work on stuff. If I'm at someone else's, I can watch them work on stuff. I'll help them, but it's your baby. So yeah, but I know I'm a different type of person, and I guess I would be a very, very down to earth person on a lot of aspects because I work. I do not use my books as a form of income. In fact, I don't want my books to become a form of income for me. If I can use my books for a form of income to something else, I want to.
Okay. The next question we have, um, Do you have a favorite show?
So it depends on what part of my life I'm dealing with, but I'm not gonna lie, I got Crunchyroll, and Crunchyroll's got um Kaiju number 8, and you guys can judge me as much as you want. I don't care. But man, did they put some time and effort into a lot of stuff on that show. So you will find me on Crunchyroll on Sunday watching what episode came out on Saturday because I want to see what's going on. I mean, there's other shows I watch, but that one is pretty much the it is Sunday, I'm sitting down, you're giving me a half hour to watch this, then we can go do whatever.
That works. Okay. What is your favorite ice cream?
One that I can't have. So I do have sugar problems. So if my doctor is watching this, I will tell you that it is not cookie dough. No ice cream that's cookie dough.
We
Just telling
all
you.
agree in this house. Okay.
But if you really want to find something that's really great for me, it is mint chocolate chip cookie dough. Super hard to find.
That's hard. Sugar free, yeah, that's kind of hard to find.
Oh, I didn't say it was gonna be sugar free. I'm just telling you.
Oh, I can usually find that easily here. Okay. Okay, where do you want people to find you?
So if I was going to be Thomas Chainer, I'd tell you, I
Ooh,
want you to find me underneath your bed
no,
when you're not
no.
looking.
Do it in his voice.
Oh, you want me doing Chainer's voice? Man, I don't know if I could do this. Well, okay. So, where I want you to find me, probably hiding under your bed because you forgot my name. My name is Thomas Chainer. That's what you want, right? Yeah. If you get a voicemail from me and you don't pick up, that's your fault that Thomas got a hold of it. But yes, that's Thomas's voicemail or voice, and that's where Thomas would want you to find him underneath the bed because you forgot his name and he's going to remind you. Where I want you to find me is on the great shows on Now Light Network. I want you to lose yourself in my stories and find my name at the end of it. Where I also want you to find me is at any haunted house that me and you just happen to meet.
Oh, I love it when you leave me voicemails. Do you see what I do with them? You've seen the videos.
Yeah. Yes. There is one voicemail that got me in trouble, got my buddy in trouble, and it was my dear friend Max, and I remember it very clearly. Well, hello there. Unfortunately, I got your voicemail, and I am sitting here waiting for you to call me back. But while I'm waiting, I will be taking my wonderful file and sharpening my nails as much as I can, and then I'm working on my teeth. That way they're nice and sharp for you. So please give me a call back.
Those are
This is
always
going to be
fun.
one of those shows that is going to be like any other because I am just like not like any other.
That's fine. I love all of the ones you're on. I love being part of shows with you. It's just Wednesday's going to be a little bit different.
Right.
We can still do Wednesday, but you're going to have to do a lot of things. But anyways.
Yeah. You go with the blows.
Okay. Thank you for being here. Lovelies, thank you for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful night. And I hope you have a good night too, Pyle. Bye, everyone.
I always have a wonderful night.